Hello, I'm Frances from Homestead, and this is my field. There's a quote by Rumi: "Out beyond ideas of right doing and wrong doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. Join me." We have been working on and off for several months to clear this field. The first thing we needed to do was clear it of all the junk. There was a lot of junk, garbage, pieces of wood of all types and sizes, and metals, and literal garbage. So that was a big job. And then we needed to cut all of the weeds, the sagebrush, what they call here locally a greasewood. It's another big job. And as you can see, we haven't finished. We still have at least another acre of sagebrush that needs to be cleared. And then we needed to do some amendments because it's mostly sand. So ignoring those two giant logs out there, we hope to be able to get those cleared at some point. Over here, if you can see, there are some mounds here in the field. And those are basically compost mounds that we have put together. Now, there's a local stockyard that we're able to get pickup loads for free of manure. And so we've been doing that for the past month. We just found out about it. And we have been layering that in these mounds with wood chips that we have been making with our wood chipper. I want to show you an exciting new piece of equipment that we've just purchased. It's probably the biggest ticket item that we've gotten since we've been here on the property. And it's going to be put to use a lot. We have a lot of brush that we're going to need to deal with. And this is a wood chipper shredder. And we just got it out of the box. We've been looking at the instructions. And it turns out, once we got it put all together, that there's a special oil that we need. They've already gone to pick up the special oil, so hopefully we'll be able to put it to use today. And let me show you the pile of shrubs that we've already collected. We hope to make a dent in it. We've got so much brush and trees and branches and things that we want to be able to make our own wood chips and mulch for our garden and our yard. Here is our first big pile of brush. And that's just from clearing out this area over here on this slope. And also some that was in the front of the property. We've been chipping all of this sagebrush and greasewood and lower branches of the pine trees. And we've been using those wood chips to make compost. So that's what these mounds are. We also have a couple other mounds inside the fenced yard that we have put together as well. So now it's just a matter of letting it age, continuing to water it, turn it, and then we can spread it on the field. Now, of course, those mounds are not going to be enough to cover all of this area. We think it's probably about 3 acres. I know for sure this area here is 1 acre. Going by that, we're assuming that the rest of the field is probably another 2 acres. But it's been a big job. We don't have tractors, and so we've been using a hand push string mower. We've been taking turns on the string mower, and my turn. And we've been using shovels and pickaxe to take out the sagebrush. And on occasion we'll use a chainsaw if the grease woods are rather large to cut those out. This morning we are going to be working on this field. We've cut a lot of the weeds and things that had grown up here, and we found a lot of ruts and holes and uneven soil, and our neighbor has been very generous to offer to use his tractor, his little tractor, to come and help us level some of this out so that we can plant it in the fall. It's looking a lot better. It really is amazing how great it's looking. But it's time to plant. It's been dry for the past 2 or 3 months. Everything has, as you can see, yellowed out. But the rain is starting. We're finally getting rain. And it's supposed to start tonight and have several days of it. And so I'm wanting to get our cover crop planted to help amend the sandy soil, and I'm hoping it grows well. The idea is to put the seed here in the fall, help it to get established for a few months in the rain. It'll go dormant over the winter, and then it'll come back strong in the spring, and that's the hope. And then we will chop and drop. That's going to be another big job, pushing the string mower, but having got it cleared, hopefully we'll have it cleared of all the sagebrush, and we'll be able to just go right through and chop it all. We'll take turns as we do, every few hours or so. But I am really excited to see how it looks when we get the cover crop in. So our cover crop we bought from the local granary, Rainier Seed. And we got 30 pounds of a fall rye, 30 pounds of red clover, and 30 pounds of buckwheat. And then I opened the bags and mixed it all up in this tote. And I have a broadcaster here that I'm going to be using. It spreads between 6 to 12 feet wide. So I'm just going to be going up and back through the field and spreading the seed. So we have this corral here at the edge of the woods in the field. We don't have a use for it, but we do have a use for these posts. We want to use them on the perimeter fence. So we're taking the corral apart. We've still got 5 posts left to pull out. The corral is no more. We've got it completely cleared away. Just a slight circle indentation in the ground is all that's left of it. So I was able to get some wildflower mix from a local seed company, Rainier Seed, and I've leveled it as best I can on the outside of the fence. And so what I'm going to do is 4 feet from the fence and then 4 feet out, I'm going to be spreading some wildflower mix. So next spring, my grow beds that are going to be all in this yard here will have good pollination because we'll be attracting lots of pollinators with our wildflower mix that's going to be coming up in the spring all around. This is about 5 pounds of the wildflower mix seed. And I have a broadcaster, but it broadcasts between 6 to 12 feet. And I only want 4 feet, so I'm just going to be doing it by hand. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so that's why I'm anxious to get it in the ground today, so that way the rain can come and get it set into the sand. And hopefully it doesn't all blow away because there's a bit of a breeze. Okay, well, I'm out of seed. I didn't get all the way around, but hopefully I can pick up some more or just let it spread through the season. I got the stairway built so that when I plant the cover crops, nobody's going to be walking all over the slope. Hopefully. It'll just be the steps, and I won't be planting, of course, on the steps. And that way, hopefully all the seed will come in really well. That's my hope. As you can see, I got my steps finished. They're looking really good. I used 4 more railroad ties that I had laying around the property and got them up to where it's nearly level up at the top of the slope. And I wanted to get that finished so that this whole slope here, I'm wanting to get planted in the cover crop. So I put out some seed. It is a wildflower shady mix over here in this slope area here by the stairs, and unfortunately it only covers 200 square feet. I didn't realize how much was here when I bought this. I should have bought several bags of this. but I just happened to see it in the store and was like, oh, I want that. Anyway, the thing is this is several hundred square feet. Well, actually it's a few thousand square feet. So I just did what I could right here of this wildflower mix, and then the rest I'm going to do in the cover crop and get that seeded up over here. I saved a little bit from doing the field, of course. Unfortunately, the amount that I bought was supposed to cover 3 acres, 30 pounds of seed per acre, and so I bought 30 pounds of 3 different types of seeds and mixed it together. Unfortunately, it did maybe 1.5 acres, and I have a little bit left that I'm hoping can cover some of this area up here on the slope. But I was hoping to seed the whole field area, and it's not going to happen. So I'm probably going to be letting this go to seed and continue scattering its seed through the field for the next few years so that we can have pasture for our animals. Well, that's all my seed. I thought I bought a lot of seed, but unfortunately I always seem to have more land than I do seed coverage. So I think the main thing is going to be just the cut and drop. Whatever is out there, we'll be cutting it. And hopefully we can keep it maintained and it will become a beautiful pasture. That's our hope. We've had a few days of rain this week, which has been wonderful. And it's been nice to break up the almost 3 months of no rain. So we're pretty excited about that. And it looks like we've got the field nearly cleared. And it's just been a blessing to have that done and out of the way in the fall before the winter so that we can keep it cleared in the spring and do some chop and drop from now on, now that we can get the string mower through the whole field. And it's been an exciting time. Lots of work, but it's really been amazing to see the progress as it's come along. And I'm so grateful that you are here and joining me on this journey. And I look forward to showing you next week all about our water catchment system and telling you why it's so important we do it. Until we meet again.